Never mind the noise. Chase the adventure.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Oddcast episode. We call it the Oddcast, episode number 15. I'm Matt. I'm here with Marc-Antoine Calonne and Francis, our producer, and we've got a live audience here, and we're in Patagonia, Argentina, about 300 k's north of El Calafate, I guess, approximately.
Yeah, 380.
And we're staying at a place called Santa Thelma. It's a kind of farm stay. It's a beautiful place. We pulled up here today. We've been riding in 100 kilometre plus hour winds all day. It's been interesting and challenging down Route 40. And we pulled up here. It was a nice surprise, and I've come across Marc, and he's the owner of the establishment. He's a farmer, and he's got a really interesting story, and he's recently published a book, and I thought we need to talk to this guy and find out more about him, because I think the world needs to know about what's going on over here, especially us Australians, because I haven't seen many over here in South America. So I think we need to get more people to come and visit, and get you guys to come and visit us as well. We'd love to see that. So Marc, thanks for talking to us, and thanks for the most amazing dinner. Barbecued steaks
that mashed potato.
The mashed potato.
The best.
Everything was perfect.
Even for vegetarian people.
So good.
So we've the crew's out there still digesting their meal and drinking some fine Malbec, I believe. So, which is a local variant similar to a Pinot Noir, which is very popular over here, and I recommend everyone gives it a try. So, a bit about Marc. He's actually French. He spends half the year in France and half the year here on his farm in Patagonia, and he's got a lot of land. How many acres have you got here?
Hectares.
Hectares.
I have 30,000 hectares.
30,000 hectares. So I'm not a farmer, but
3 times like Paris.
3 times the size of Paris. So that's a big number. And he has some sheep.
Yeah, 1,200 more or less.
And some pumas.
Maybe 100.
100 odd pumas running around hunting the sheep. So that's a bit of a problem for you. But,
for sure, yeah. Like the fox, and also the human stealing also.
Really? They attack humans?
Yeah. No. The humans, they steal the sheep.
Humans steal the sheep? Really?
Even the neighbors.
Far out.
Yeah, that's not...
So
it's like the Far West here.
It is definitely, and the landscape riding through it today in a dust storm.
Yeah,
you could have been go back 100 years ago, and it could have been the Wild West. So, in a former life, you were a lawyer.
I was a tax lawyer.
Tax lawyer, the most exciting kind of lawyer.
Yeah,
and
it's a good job, but I didn't want to keep on following with that kind of job.
How many years ago was that?
4 years, 3 months, 15 days, and a few hours.
Not so long ago. 4 years.
Not so long, yes.
Oh, right. Okay. So you've come a long way. So how did that happen? So I believe you came to visit Patagonia, and you travelled around.
No. I didn't want to follow with that job. So first, I put it on my own account with a friend of mine to do that, and after a year and a half, I also say no, I don't want that, and so I just wanted to involve me in the Greenpeace Association or like a Sea Shepherd or like this, but they wanted me as a lawyer, not I as on the ground.
Yep.
And so I decided to travel on my own, and I look a map and I say, okay, the biggest travel you can do, the biggest trip is from south to north of America, and so I wanted to go from Patagonia to Alaska. And after I decided how to do it, by foot, by bicycle, no way, by a horse, maybe. And I wanted also by motorbike because I was a enduro biker. And my uncle is Jean-Claude Olivier, quite famous man in France with the motorbike. He was the president of Yamaha France.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And he set up the company from zero
to
what it was now. and also maybe by 4x4 car. But I decided that horses definitely would be the more ecologic way of traveling.
Wow.
So I knew a little bit how to ride horses, but I was not such a good rider. But I learned very fast here. And so I began my trip, and I've been around 7 years here in Patagonia, going back to France in the summer, in the winter time here, because it was too cold to travel by horse. And also I did my retirement in France while that time. That means you can travel, but when you are young, you say, wait, what is your future? Not only traveling, you have to earn some money also. So I was lucky to buy some departments in Paris with the help of the banks and rent them, fix them, also that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that in winter time here and coming back in the summer for horse ride. And finally, I did love that area, and I wanted to maybe buy some land. And one day I was hitchhiking to go back to my horses in the mountain, and telling that to the man, he told me that, that farm is to be sold. So I came with my whole truck that I had also, and I visited and I bought it.
You bought it?
And that was
30,000 hectares.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the story here, the second story after the horse riding trip.
So how far did you get on the horse? The first?
I think I have done in all something like 4,000 kilometers.
All in South America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in Patagonia.
All in Patagonia?
Yeah. I should have gone more north, but I love that land.
Everything's here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the wind, but you have to...
And the winds are...
is a part of Patagonia, so you cannot escape.
I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, but I was a windsurfer, or kite surfer, so wind is not such a problem for me. It's a part of my life.
I walked outside a few times today, and it's kind of unnerving, that strong wind. But
it's not every day like this, fortunately.
It almost...
And look, now it's no more wind.
No, it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
You've done an amazing job with this place. Like it's hard to describe. The rooms are almost like an old shearer's quarters or something like that you've converted really nicely. Very rustic and original, and you said authentic and genuine, which is it's really special. There's not a lot of that around anymore. So and to have dinner in the shed is really special. We cook the meat there. There's skins, and it's a real deal. It's it's an operational farm, and we're hanging out here.
We were shearing the sheep inside. So
and puppies.
And there's a lot of dogs around it. So when you bought the farm, did you have any farming experience?
No, I have just the farming experience of my horse riding trip because I stopped in the Estancia. First, I didn't know that Estancia was existing here. Yeah. And I was just following the Road 40. That was not paved at that time, but and after, one of my horses was sick, so I had to stop, and I discovered the world of the Estancia with the Gauchos, with the sheep.
So what's a Gaucho for every people listening?
It's a Patagonian or Argentine cowboy.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
And
I love that because I think there are the three last population in the world managing horses, living with horses. That's the cowboy, the Gaucho, the Mongolian also, maybe the Australian, surely.
I don't think so. Jason.
But you're just more with motorbike and also with helicopters. We don't have that kind of.
I think 30,000 hectares is a big number for me, but I think even in Australia we have much bigger. I think they have to use a helicopter or something. Do you know, Jason? What would be the size of a big farm over there?
Big farm? It's Commonwealth Hill Station, I think, in Northern, or is it South Australia, is about 3 million hectares.
3 million hectares. So you need a helicopter or something.
For sure. I guess. Here the problem is the wind.
Yeah.
Because you have some dust.
You
running
can't fly in that wind, can? No,
No,
surely
you
not.
cannot. You can try, but you surely will.
You can't ride a motorcycle in it. It's just slowly.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you've been farming for 3-4 years now.
No, I bought directly when I bought that farm in 2004. My neighbor came and offered me to buy 1,000 sheep. So I say okay. And so I have to fix the fences first because
How many kilometers of fencing have you got? You said
between the two farms, no, I have 180 kilometers.
180 kilometers of fencing. That's
And they are
insane.
not all in a good condition.
Oh my god! So there's
And I've never done the whole tour of the fences.
I can't even
There is
imagine.
one part of, I know it from very far, but I don't know the limit of the property.
So taxation lawyer in France. What would be a typical job you would do there? I'm not familiar with it.
When I was tax
Yeah,
lawyer,
before, yeah. So
You
for the
have
government or
no, you have some rich clients or some companies, and you have to say them, okay, this you can do it, or this you cannot, or to be in
Compliant.
regular complying the law.
That makes sense.
But also trying to make the things that they pay less
Of course, yeah.
tax that they can.
Yeah. So you know some tricks.
Yeah. I don't pay tax.
Good. And you mentioned, so you've been around motorcycles. So our podcast and our company's all about motorcycles. So I mentioned earlier we do motorcycle tours, India, Himalayas, and now here in Patagonia, and we also have a motorcycle shop near Melbourne. We sell the Royal Enfields as well. So when did you start riding bikes early?
Motorbike?
As a kid, or?
No, when I was in 87, so I was 22.
22.
Yeah, and I first bought the motorbike before having the license. 6 months in Paris without license.
Naughty.
Today I think, well, you can do it. But
What bike was it?
I thought to myself, first I buy the motorbike, otherwise I will never take the course for the license, driving license. So
What bike did you buy? The first one.
directly Suzuki DR 600.
Good choice.
Yeah, and I had
Kickstart then too. I
I
think.
had an accident on the Champs-Élysées in Paris, but it was a small one. And there were some police here, and every 500 meters, police. So, but I was lucky that
You
I just
escaped.
hurt my leg. And,
No problem. Lucky for
even
you.
not fall off the bike.
That's good. And so you've settled here in Patagonia, well, at least for part of the year. Have you travelled? You mentioned you hadn't been to Australia. You got a brother in
No.
New Zealand. You haven't
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
You been anywhere else?
In Indonesia, I've been in Africa, living in Ivory Coast. I've been to Morocco.
Ivory Coast. What's that
Ivory
like?
Coast, yeah, but it was long ago now.
Yeah.
No, it's different.
That's French speaking. There, is it? Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of African countries.
Yeah. That'd be a crazy place, I imagine.
Yeah.
Safe?
It was safe when I was, yes, but
Yeah.
after it's more or less.
Africa's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been to United States also,
Yeah.
to the West Coast, East Coast.
You like it?
I like the wild of the national parks,
It's beautiful. You've been to
Grand Canyon, all
Grand
that
Canyon
part.
and what's the one in the north of California?
Yosemite.
Yosemite. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I would like to go to, how is it, the one? Yellowstone.
Yeah. I haven't been, but I need to go there also. And you have 2 children,
Yeah.
14?
14 and 16, two men,
2 boys.
2 boys. Yeah.
Any good boys? They're not causing you trouble?
No, they are very good boys.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
That's good. And are they coming here?
Yeah, they will come in 2 weeks now. 2
And
weeks.
How long
For
they
a
stay?
month.
For a
4
month.
months, yeah.
They like it?
From they are baby, they come here every year.
Yeah. Oh, so you started, so 2004 was when you started. Yeah, okay. I misunderstood. Okay, so you've recently written a book.
Yeah,
And
and
published?
recently is more than almost 20 years now.
Okay.
And I've sold 10,000.
Not recently, long.
No, I've sold 10,000 books, so
Okay.
it was quite a good book for me.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
That's a good achievement.
And unfortunately, it's only in French, so imagine I would have translated.
Yeah.
Would have been
And
good.
what's your book called?
It's Patagonia, Vision d'un Caballero.
And
Vision is the view of Caballero is a horse rider.
Horse Rider's View of Patagonia.
Yeah.
We need to get a English translation, or we need to
Yeah.
learn French. Either way.
Translated is quicker, I think,
Yeah. How can we do that?
by Google Trad.
Google Translate. That's going to take a long.
No, it's not good.
Maybe
enough
you
to
can
get-
read it into a microphone,
Maybe,
and we can have an audio book. Yeah, one day when you're not busy.
Yeah.
So, if there's any French-speaking listeners out there, how would they get hold of a copy?
To writing to me because I have all the end of the stock.
Okay, so we'll get some details at the end, and then you can, if you want a copy, I'd like to get a copy, but not that I can read it, but we'll work that out. So what's the book about?
This book, it was about my a few stories that I have lived here, and it's more picture book, but every pictures on every pages, 2 pages, there are a text, and most of the text they are the story that I've lived and what I feel from the Patagonia, and there are also some stories about the mate, about the weather in Patagonia, about the flower, fauna, and
Flora and fauna?
yeah, and also from the geological stuffs of Patagonia. Lots of things that you
So even if we can't read it, we can look at the pictures.
yeah, for sure.
Have you got a copy here?
Yeah.
I might have to have a look later if that's
Yeah.
possible. So can you maybe give us a sneak story, one of the stories or something? What's the craziest story you've had out here?
The
Or
crazy.
a crazy story? Anything? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Maybe when I was not lost in the mountains, but when I did only 1 kilometer in a day, and it was snowing, and it was I had to there was no way because all the forest was so close that I could not go with the horses, so I have to go down in the river with the horses, and that was quite river with lots of water, and the rope of the horses following me, how do you say that? And the horse that is for packing.
A pack horse, yeah.
Yeah, the rope was taken between the horseshoe and the foot of the horse, so I have to go down in the water, very cold water, and to cut it. So no, it was an ugly day, snow
And where was that? Nearby here?
that was near El Chalten.
Oh,
Yeah, crossing to the Lago San Martin.
I haven't been. We're going tomorrow, so I'll be thinking.
Yeah, of me, but you will be on the road. I was
Yeah.
lost in the mountain.
Yeah. We had an adventure yesterday in the mountains coming through, and like Lucia, what was the name? Do you know the name of the mountain there we come over?
Monte Ceballos.
Okay. So we came over the top, and it's a little bit of snow and gravel road, and one guy's gone in front, and we went looking for him, and we found him. He's crashed, and the road's so muddy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of rain, gravel, but we think they put like cement in the surface, and it stuck the front wheel, and the front wheel locked, jammed, and he's crashed. Just low speed, he's all right. So we took the guard off, scraped the mud out, put the guard back, and then everyone rode off. Then next bike, same. 10 bikes down. So we had to pull all the guards. It's freezing, condors circling.
Yeah, just waiting their
dinner time.
dinner time,
We're just watching, you know.
Yeah, I know that.
So 2 hours maybe.
Cranking Jill.
It was-
For sure, when I was traveling on my own alone, You have to think about it, of the condos that will have you like a dinner. Like,
Well, they eat dead things, so
Yeah.
you know they're just waiting. We say they're like
Yeah.
China; they're playing the long game. To quote one of our people over there, so it can go what we'd say pear-shaped. I don't know if you use that expression, but pear-shaped it means it can turn nasty really quickly here in Patagonia.
for
you
sure.
know, and in Australia it can happen also, but we're used to the heat. Here, we're not used to this cold snow and quickly changing weather like that. So you can see how people can die out there easily. So Have you ever heard of people getting lost and
No,
perishing? No, well, that's good.
no.
Someone got killed in a motorcycle accident
Yeah, not
Recently.
long ago
this week, I think.
in Lago Posada, yeah.
Yeah. So
And they were coming
Coming
here,
here.
the day,
Okay.
the same day. So it was not.
from the wind, I think, was it?
I think from the wind and the gravel road. So it was a woman. Maybe she was not used to that kind of.
It can happen easy. We're riding all the time, and
Yeah,
Even today I'm
even
riding
with
and,
the car, even with
you
the
know,
car, you can.
it can push you onto the other side if there's a truck coming or
Yeah.
something. Bang, you're gone. Lights out. So you just need to slow down, and it's okay, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's your plans for the future then? So you're going to settle here permanently, or keep travelling back and forth?
No, I have to be in France also because I have some stuff to do there.
And kids?
And my kids, yes. But no, I don't want to. I think I will be there for more than 10 or 15 years or maybe more, because with the things that are happening in Europe, I think it's good to have such a place
Yeah, there's a lot happening there.
in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to get there and spend some time there myself.
here I am relaxed.
You've got a good setup, I think. What advice would you give to somebody? You know, they're thinking, Mark, look what he's done. He's got to set up his life well. He's living here, living there, and he's got the best of both worlds. You seem very happy and content to me. What's if there's one piece of advice or something you can offer to people that they're sort of thinking they'd like to do something similar, what springs to mind?
It's complicated.
What's the secret?
I don't.
There's no secret.
Otherwise, too many people in Patagonia.
Maybe a lot of business for you though. So.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for this I have 30,000 hectares.
We're all coming. More rooms, please.
Yeah, more rooms. I can divide the property.
Yeah.
You know, but it's complicated to give it advice to people because
It's dangerous.
I think I'm not like everybody. I'm quite rude. I can afford to sleep behind a bush. Don't wash myself
Crude,
for
yeah.
a few days.
Yeah.
Don't drink water with a bottle every 5 minutes if I want.
Yeah.
I can live without electricity. I can live very roots.
Stoic.
Yeah, stoic. And it's not everybody, I think, who is prepared to that.
I think we have, in general, this is not everybody, but I know in our culture in Australia, and Australians are typically quite stoic people in the past. So I think now it's changed. We're gravitated to the cities more. We've got these iPhones and things, and we've forgotten how to live without comfort sometimes. Even me, if I'm in the city too long, I need to go out into the forest for a night or two and just have a fire, and and that is healthy, I think, to go without some of those things and to be in nature. And I spoke to the podcast I did. You'd like this guy. The podcast I did before you, a guy called Rufy, and he's an outdoorsman, a biker, journalist, and he's quite famous in Australia. He does a lot of full driving YouTube clips, and I went to Brisbane and interviewed him, and we spoke about this, and he said, people are suffering anxiety and depression. He goes, sometimes I think you just need to get out into the bush, out into the forest and just spend some time in nature and, get out of the city. Okay, you might need medication. You need to talk to a doctor or a therapist, whatever. But also try this. And I think it's a fantastic, philosophy. So that's nature's way of helping us deal with our problems.
Well with your own mind, and
definitely.
Don't need to be with people to be happy, or don't need to be on the last fashion place or
we don't need much, really.
Yeah, I think, and maybe for now we have a lot of things, but maybe in the future, maybe there will be some disasters also. So better to be prepared also to that kind of things.
If you're used to going without, then it's not a problem. I overheard you talking earlier about the climate here, and I thought it was interesting. You actually had noticed some changes in your short time here, or medium time here, that certain areas that used to have water and now no longer have water. Do you think that that's a natural, or do you think that could be caused by humans? Or
for sure,
yeah.
I'm so many convinced, and for this also I quit my tax lawyer job 25 years ago, because with the advice we gave to the clients, they make more supermarket, more thing to destroy the planet, and I was okay without me.
Yeah, it seems, and I watch it a lot too, and something I'm passionate about. And I have a small business. We take maybe a couple hundred people every year overseas and traveling. I am conscious of air travel. I do think about that, but there's no other way. It's what I do. But I look at what's happening in cities and even small towns, and even here, the small businesses are all going. And it's supermarkets and shopping centres, and it's not. I don't like it, but I don't think it's not good for the environment, but I don't think it's good for society either. We used to have the butcher, the grocer, the clothes shop, and lots of small shops, lots of family businesses, and now that's going, and it's all big shops, department stores and things like that. So that's I agree with you on that. I used to be an environmental scientist. I went to university, studied that, and then I worked in the mining industry, so in Western Australia. So for the big mining companies, so iron ore and that. And I also walked away and went, I'm not doing this, because again, I thought I'm just helping. I'm facilitating these guys to go and destroy these beautiful places. So I use the materials, but I wasn't comfortable being part of that, so I moved away from that into something else. But so I think
for sure, me here, I am a part of the development of tourism.
I
provide.
That's our connection, is tourism. So I'm bringing tourists here. You're hosting us. Hopefully we do.
Also, I did a book to make the people see how nice is Patagonia. Maybe when I did that book, I thought to myself, well, do you do it or not?
You maybe.
But the problem, as we would say, is if I don't do it, somebody else will do it.
I think
that's most of the time the problem.
I
was just having a look where you were yesterday in the coast of the Lake General Carrera, and there were some lotes to go to on the coast of the lake the lake that you can sell 5,000 meters square,
right?
And surely it will be sold, and surely there will be some houses on it. And it's going like this everywhere.
Yeah, it is. But also, I think...
Or you are like Tompkins and you buy it because you have money, and you say, no, I don't want human.
People do that.
Yeah, people do that.
But also, this is sustainable tourism, Lots of places like this is not a bad thing, I think, It's when some asshole comes in, like, the Holiday Inn or something like that, and says, "I'm going to open up one of them down the road." That's I think that's where the problem is, you know, where you get masses of people come in. You know, I think this is quite beneficial to the community, and there's minimal environmental impact of what we're doing. You know, so that's good to hear. So where do you see Argentina in the next 10 years as a country?
How do I see Argentina?
Yeah.
Poor. That's complicated.
It's the same story going on again and again. So
There's one thing this is my second visit here, and all of us are blown away by what an amazing, beautiful country it is, full of smart people doing amazing things. And we don't hear much about Argentina. It's kind of over there, you know. It's
almost sometimes a third world country.
I thought that, and then I came here and I went, no, not at all.
No, Patagonia is quite rich. People eat.
Yeah.
But in the north part, there are more.
You're right, I haven't been.
Yeah.
Our friends here, they're from Cordoba. So maybe one day I'll visit.
Could be it was the sixth most powerful nation 100 years ago.
It very well could be, I think, with good leadership and...
Yeah, it could be again, I think. But the problem is corruption, politicians.
Same problem everywhere.
Yeah, but here it's quite a big problem.
I don't know much about it, but I need to do some more research.
Rich country, Rich country.
I think, agriculture was 100 years ago was massive.
Powerful,
yeah.
The wool also.
Wow.
Here in Patagonia it was full of sheep.
Not so much anymore?
No, nothing to compare with not 100 years ago, but with 70 years ago.
Yeah.
All the farms around Patagonia were producing wool.
So what's happened? Do you know?
What's happened, that's easy, that the material like fiber, the wool in the year 80s went down because people want to have how do you say that?
Synthetics.
Yeah, synthetic fibers and things like this.
So it's external market forces.
Yeah, and so the wool has gone down, and here we have some volcans. So it was quite complicated also.
Yeah.
And now the wool price is better. So if you have a lot of sheep, you are rich.
It's interesting, yeah. So I don't know much about even
like this.
In Australia. If we used to produce a lot of wool. I think my town I come from is called Geelong, and it's a massive. The whole city was built around wool export, but I don't know what's happened. I haven't seen it for a long time, so it must be a global phenomenon.
Normally, wool is coming back, like natural fiber and things like this. I hope.
So, one last question. Back to motorcycles. What's your dream machine?
I have a Harley Davidson.
You have one?
Yeah.
Of course you
A
do.
Dina Superglide.
Superglide. What year?
But it's quite noisy, so.
Yeah, that's a Harley. Obnoxious, we call them.
But I love it. My dream in a bike, otherwise the Harley maybe would be what? Well, I have a 350 Suzuki DR. So they are good bikes from here. But I like Triumph or like old, look old.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what we have.
The Royal Enfield, they are not too bad for
We
that.
can help you with that. We have some connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
My son, I just bought it. He's not 16. No, he's 16. I bought it a Bullet.
Oh, he's got a Bullet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Bullet. 500?
No, only 125 because he's 16. He doesn't have the license also.
Oh, he hasn't got his license. That's good bike for a learner rider. You know, new rider, newly licensed, easy to ride, single cylinder, well balanced. pop in a Geelong store for a test ride.
Cheap one, yeah.
Come on.
You can do the Conan barbarian.
No, not this. No, that's the gift of fury is going to have to come later when we know each other a bit better. Anything else you'd like to tell our people, our listeners, mainly Australians? I think we've probably got a few in the UK.
Come to Patagonia to visit us.
Come to Patagonia. Come and stay at the Santa Thelma.
Yeah.
Marc will look after you, his wife, Isabel. They're the two nicest people I've met. Well, not the nicest. Everybody's bloody nice here, I reckon. The food's sensational. Accommodation's unreal. It's just a beautiful part of the world. You can't go wrong. And we've still got another 2 days, and I've still got a lot to see.
Yeah.
We've come down through Chile. Just had an amazing time. So we'll wind it up there. Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
And we want to see you in Australia.
Thank you for
in the next 12 months.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay, let's make a
12
plan.
months, I'm not sure, but in the next 5 years, yes.
And if you book a room in the next couple of weeks, maybe you get a free beer or something.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll sign it off there, and we'll hope to see you in Patagonia soon.
Never mind the noise. Chase the adventure.